Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alecia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is
Twisted and Uncorked.
Okay, there we go. Hopefully
So,
you can
guys,
figure all that out.
angle. I can. Sierra's picking off decals on her shirt, and I'm a 1920s prostitute, apparently. So
Yes.
I showed her my
1920s
dress.
nighty.
That's like very flapper girl-esque, so it's like a 1920s, yeah. Sierra, I think she says these things to me out of love.
Also, I said prostitute because that's what they said in the 1920s.
Yes.
We do know that the politically correct word is sex workers. That was just the wording for the time, okay?
It's true. And I think we were both definitely born to be in the 1920s, because
Yes,
so fun.
for sure.
But women had no rights, and we're mouthy, and I feel like that would have gotten
Yeah,
us
they
in
didn't,
trouble.
but also some of them, were like, fuck you all, and,
We'd be the badass
hid
ones,
underground
I
and
think.
drink alcohol, so,
That would be us. We wouldn't be
Yes.
helping anything. We would just be underground drinking alcohol.
yeah, exactly.
In our flapper dresses with our fancy smokes.
Yes.
I like it. And
Exactly
speaking of
what we do.
old-timey things, perfect segue, Alicia, for my fun fact. Speaking of old-timey things, at the dawn of photography, people used to take pictures in their holiday clothes with serious face injuries or diseases, and it was also very popular, even trendy, if you will, for people to take pictures of the dead, positioning them as if they were still alive. One more funny fact about this aspect is the first kind of Photoshop specialists use simple watercolors to create different effects on printed photographs to make them look different, like a little bit differently. So this photo is, where is my Sierra? Screen share, this one. Can you see that?
Wow.
Those are both dead
Yep.
people. And they've, there's, sometimes you need to photograph your dead, I guess.
Okay.
And the watercoloriness was him making her arms look like she was holding up her own head, even though her head was just positioned on something. Isn't that wild?
That's super creepy.
Right? Guys, I will post these if you're not watching.
It's neat,
the
but
YouTube.
also fucking wow.
I wouldn't, yeah. Like, who's putting that up in their house? Like, here. And this is your great Aunt
Whose
Esther
morbid
with her
curiosity?
fucking
Like, whose
head.
idea was that?
I know.
Jesus.
And how did it become trendy? That's what I want to know, too.
So weird.
Very odd. But yeah.
I have a little fun fact that's also
Not
kind of
about
odd.
taking pictures of the dead?
Nope, not about taking pictures of the dead. This one is about sacrifices. So when a sacrifice, to Satan or whoever, calls for virgin blood, it doesn't actually mean the blood of someone who's a virgin. It means the blood of someone whose blood hasn't been used in a sacrifice yet. They're a virgin to sacrifices.
Oh. So how many virgins, died for no reason?
Right?
That's what I'm
no
gathering
wonder
from
people
this.
started sleeping around. Also, that kind of hints to, if you need to specify that you need a virgin of sacrifices blood, that hints to the fact that you don't need all of it. You can keep them alive, just don't reuse them in the next sacrifice. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of blood will do. They're not a virgin anymore after you use their blood, but you don't have to kill them, okay?
I feel like killing.
So if you plan on sacrificing
murder
anything,
generally goes hand in hand with like Satan sacrifices. I feel like those two.
well, listen,
But any other
Satan
type of
people,
worship.
like, you don't have to kill people, okay? Satan will still accept the blood if the person is alive and has had sex before. Just saying.
But never used in a previous sacrifice. That is the fine print.
That's true.
That is wild. I feel like they definitely should have specified that better. I wonder how many like rituals didn't work and how many virgins died for no reason. Yeah, that's a bummer.
Also, I'm gonna use my own blood in a sacrifice one day, just so that no one ever tries it again. Like, no longer a virgin. Don't fucking touch my blood. Okay? Cool.
I'm gonna log on to Zoom one day and see her. She's gonna have like a knife pressed to her hand and candles burning around her. And I will
I get a
promptly sign
tattoo.
off.
I've been sacrificed. Move on to the next one, okay?
It's like
Thanks.
a cattle brand. It's like tattoo.
Yeah.
Not a virgin.
Not a virgin.
Take that as you will. That is awesome. So this week, guys, we are on a haunted week. And with that said, as per all Twisted Stories this year, and I cover We Need a Drink. Especially for Alecia, who is sitting in a 30-degree apartment with an ice pack behind her back currently. And I really think you're going to like this. I had a sip because I was just done with today, and I think you're going to like it.
I do like it, but I also have a confession.
What's your confession?
I grabbed the wrong bottle.
What did you grab?
Pink Moscato. It's the same brand.
Yeah,
I just didn't get the Zinfandel.
It still counts. That's an easy mistake to make because the labels look exactly the same.
They were sitting right next to each other.
Yeah. I almost did the exact same thing. So, we're technically drinking a white Zinfandel. Sierra's drinking a Moscato, but I really want to cover a Moscato one day anyway because I know that she likes sweet wine and rosés haven't been her favorite because some rosés typically tend to be on the drier side, at least the ones that we've tried lately. So I'm glad that I picked one that Sierra likes.
Yeah.
And with that said, we are drinking Beringer Main and Vine is the name of the winery. This wine in particular is rich in texture, but not overly sweet. It has a great intensity on the nose with aromas of bright cherries, watermelon, and strawberries, which makes Sierra's recipe for sangria next week perfect. And it also has a hint of like that scent of Moscato in it because the wine I originally picked was a blend of the two. I got a white Zinfandel and Sierra got a Moscato, so it's kind of perfect.
Oh, look, we're blending each other.
Yeah, there you go. We were meant to be. This wine delivers a beautiful summer drink that finishes with just enough zest to please a multitude of palates. I've never actually had this wine before, and I'm really liking it. The reason I chose it is because it is a California wine, and I know that California is a popular wine in a region in Tennessee. But in my opinion, nothing says summer like a cold glass of rosé. So, one little fun fact about particularly Zinfandel grape varietals is that 70% of the world's Zinfandel grapes are actually grown in the U.S. 10% of which are grown in California. So 10% of that 70 are in California. So, yeah. Fun fact for you. Cheers. Thank you, U.S., for my favorite grape varietal of rosés.
Yep.
And cheers. We're on episode 23.
Yay.
Time is flying by, guys.
I also, I did laundry today, for one, so that's what that is. Please ignore this. I folded them. You can see they're folded. I did good. I just didn't put them away yet.
She's ahead of me.
Also, there was a hockey game on, because, you know, we're hockey fans, and this is the Stanley Cup Finals, and my husband is yelling loudly, so
I'm sorry that you're missing the Stanley Cup Finals just to hang out with little old me and all of our twisted humans.
It's only game 2. We'll be fine.
Okay.
We won game 1. There's 7. Or 4.
So we're off to a good
We'll
start.
see.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I know, and some of our listeners
Also, we scored when I walked away.
So should you not be allowed
how
to
Jessie
be in the
is.
room? Yes.
Yes, for this
Jessie
particular game, I can't go back out there.
Superstitious.
Yes.
What was the last one when we were recording? What did he say?
Same one again tonight. I had to make him a drink.
Oh, yeah.
I made him a drink at the beginning, and he was like, "We're winning. You have to make it. If I make it, we'll lose." So, yeah. I had to make him 2 drinks last time, and I made him 2 drinks this time.
Or he's just...
Laziness?
Kind of like swindling you into making him alcohol. Not making him alcohol, but making him a drink. Making him alcohol would take considerably more time. Yeah. But, if you got some fermenting potatoes in the back of your pantry, no judgment.
I probably do, actually. My potatoes have been in there for a long time. No, they don't stink. They're just sprouting.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe don't eat those. It is really hot here, guys. And any of our listeners that happen to take antidepressants, specifically SSRIs, serotonin reuptake inhibitors, they actually can cause your body to become more dehydrated faster. I didn't know this until literally this summer, and I've been taking them for a long time, which explains my intolerance to overheating. So just a little reminder for you guys to make sure you stay hydrated, because I know that this heat wave is moving around, and who knows where it's going next. And Sierra actually has a fun theory about that heat wave.
Don't blame the conspiracy theory on me, okay? I just read it on someone else's page.
And you thought it was interesting,
and by the way,
you should share.
Right. What I read was that apparently China now knows how to create artificial rain, and it's much like building a little air conditioner right above their country. And if any of you have ever had air conditioners, you know that to get the air in there cold, the air all around it is hot. So basically, like, it's causing heat waves everywhere except in China. Again, I don't fucking know if this is true. Look it up yourselves. I didn't.
You know what?
So I probably shouldn't be sharing it.
But in that direction, so
I mean, yeah, it sounds like a great advancement. However, it kind of fucking sucks for us. So it's really fucking hot, okay?
Yeah.
Chill
Sierra's
a little bit, or share your air conditioner.
Yeah, can you move your portable artificial rain clouds over here? That'd be great.
Please.
I need to let my babies out of the games room. They're very upset. That is the only place I have air conditioning in my apartment, is a portable air conditioner. And it's been way too hot here for all of the pets and the plants and the humans. So they are, by their own, I guess against their will, they're being locked in there. Stay cool, guys, is really the message. And, yeah, that's all. That's all. With that said, let's get
That's all. Tell me the haunted story you have.
Yeah. So today...
I'm excited.
I'm really excited about this one, too. There's a lot more backstory than current story, but you'll understand why it's haunted with the backstory.
Perfect.
So this week, I am taking on a patron suggestion, actually. By our patron, Kylie. So thank you so much, Kylie.
Oh, yay!
I'm hoping that I'm able to do this justice. So hold on to your wine glasses, twisted humans, and buckle up for this spooky story. To truly understand our story today, and the ghostly sightings at Elephant Bridge Hotel, we need to go back to the beginning. The way, way back to 1861. No one has known the Elephant Bridge Hotel quite like Adeline Satchwell. Adeline, known as Ada, was born at the hotel on February 9th, 1861, to John Satchwell and Mary Ann Hudson. Her father was a hot-tempered man and had recently taken on a hotel license and the property to aid in the support of his now growing family. The hotel had 7 rooms, a lounge, a dining area, as well as a pub. When Adeline was just 2 months old, her father went into a fit of what they called temporary insanity, which is like classic 1800s lingo. and locked his wife Marianne in her room after trying to set the room on fire. So not great.
So he had some anger issues.
Yeah, that hot temper went all the way to the fire zone, and thankfully, yeah, that was a horrible joke. I'm full of bad jokes. Our listeners know this.
I liked it.
She manages, luckily, to climb out the window and jump down to safety because this hotel in particular is only 2 floors. So she was able to jump from the 2nd story down. Where Adeline was during this time isn't known. But that's besides the point. We know that she's safe wherever she is. Eventually, a trooper did arrive on scene as he had seen the smoke billowing from the fire. And during this, he witnessed John Satchwell slit his own throat right in front of him with a buck knife. And he was just 34 years old.
This doesn't sound like temporary insanity.
It sounds like full-blown insanity and then suicide. So
it sounds like
attempted murder-suicide.
Murder-suicide.
Exactly. Not good. Really not good. So obviously that was a grisly scene for anybody to deal with. A full report of this incident was actually published in the Argus, I'm not sure how to say that. And this website, guys, is actually really cool. It's called The Trove. It is totally free, and it has a compilation of newspaper clippings backdated. I think the latest one I found was like early 1800s. It wasn't relevant to the story, but it was just really cool. So if anybody is a big history buff or just really curious and you want to go have a peek, I know I've mentioned newspapers.com a few times, and that is a paid for service. So if you're curious and you want to poke around, I would really recommend that website. I was able to find 4 articles about this timeline in particular that I would not have known the information otherwise. So I'm pretty thankful for that. Sometimes you got to do some sleuthing.
I think it was Wesleyan University of Illinois. Okay. But anyway, he did die, right? Mm-hmm. He actually completed suicide. Okay.
Yes. Sadly, but luckily, Marianne and Adeline were safe. So a full report was published on May 2nd, 1861, and I will link all of the articles on our website if anybody is curious on the episode blog. Only weeks earlier, this is the funniest shit I've ever read, and I'll get to why. Hey Sierra, remember last week when I told you about that creepy man that followed me to 2 different locations after I went to pick up dinner?
Oh my god, yeah, so scary.
As creepy as that was, I felt much better because I had my She's Birdie personal alarm with me. If threatened, She's Birdie activates a loud 130 decibel siren and flashing strobe light to create a diversion and help ward off possible threats.
Wow. She's Birdie modern design comes in 8 pop colors, each with a solid brass keychain. She is a great companion on campus, on the trails, and out at night.
And we definitely like our nightlife. Each birdie is hand-tested and built to last. She turns on and off as needed and comes with replaceable batteries that last for 40 continual minutes. I don't think you'd ever need that, but it's nice to know you've got the replacement.
Definitely. That's so awesome. And, I mean, obviously it sucks that us women have to deal with this and take these measures to stay safe, but I'm sure glad that I have my birdie when I'm out and about, just in case.
Right? Get yours today with our discount, Twisted10. That's Twisted10, all capitals, at checkout so they know our show sent you.
Keep it twisted and chirp proudly, ladies.
Only weeks earlier, a letter of complaint was sent to the G-Log Advertiser complaining of John Satchwell's rudeness and insulting manner during one guest's stay at the hotel. The article will also be linked, and I'm linking the article because it's strictly hilarious. The way that it is written, at least, because it is first person, like he is literally writing into the editor about his experience. And I'm not making fun of this man, it's just... It's 1800s rude, I feel, but we'll see. So basically, this aggression that was said to have happened shows John's declining mental state leading up to the fire and the attempted murder-suicide. So this alleged rudeness was over this particular guest declining a meal and tea when he checked into the hotel, which would have been around dinner time, as he had already eaten on his way in, and he just wanted to go to his room and rest. When he decided later in the evening that he was hungry, he tried to order food and tea for himself and was denied because he wasn't able to make dinner before. So basically John was like, fuck you, no food for you.
Well, I mean, depending on the hotel, some hotels don't have like room service. And this is the fucking 1800s. Like,
yeah,
the food is ready now. If you want it, you better fucking get it. Otherwise, too bad. I'm not bringing it to you.
The 1800s rude. Yeah. Yeah, who knows what the hours or the situation was, but the way that the letter was written, it was like, he said, like, taking a meal and, like, all of, like, it made me laugh, because I just pictured this interaction, truly first world problems, but, like, it's just...
This guy seems to be very, snooty, in my opinion, based on the story. Like, he offered you food, you didn't take it, so, sucks to suck. Yeah.
Exactly. So I would encourage you guys to read that full letter to the editor because it's quite funny. Mary Ann continued to run the hotel, so Adeline's mom, and remarried in 1876 to John Ailes. And I personally, I don't know if I could ever remarry somebody with the same name as my ex, deceased husband, especially when said deceased husband tried to kill me. But
also it's the 1800s. Was there anyone other than John's? Like, so I feel like everybody was John in the 1800s.
Yeah, you're very right. It was like John
or Adam.
William.
Like, yeah, that's all. 3 men, you get to choose.
Exactly. And funny enough, I've actually known people in my life who have remarried to somebody with the same name as their exes or their deceased husbands. So who am I to say? I just thought it was odd. But Sierra is completely right. Everybody was named John, I'm sure. In 1882, Adeline married a man named Murdoch McLeod, and they had 4 children together. Her mother, Mary Ann, continued to hold on to the hotel license until July of 1889, when it was transferred over to Murdoch, and Mary Ann moved to Melbourne, Australia. Sadly, Murdoch died suddenly in September of 1889 after just a couple of months of running the hotel with Adeline, leaving her to run the hotel alone as well as to care for their 4 young children.
Oh, goodness.
And this is where the story takes a real tragic turn. 3 months later, news came that her mother had also passed away on October 12th of 1889. So she lost her husband and her mom within, like, literally 3 months. Like, that's heartbreaking.
So hard.
Mary Ann was buried at the Darlington Cemetery, and yeah, so just really, really, really sad. And I couldn't find how her mother or Murdoch had passed away. I assume her mother was related to, like, her aging, like she was moving on with her own life and kind of handing over the reins, but from what I gathered, her husband was around the same age as Adeline, so I'm not sure why he suddenly passed. But again, it's the 1800s and we don't have the same medical practices that we do today, so who knows?
Yeah,
it could have been
he
something
probably
very,
died
very
of
simple.
consumption.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how everyone died.
Hopefully he didn't die of fright. Yeah, you died of consumption or you died of fright back then, basically.
Yes. Or you got sent to a home for being hysterical.
Yeah. Exactly. Gonna do a quick squeen. We can speak English here on Twisted and Uncorked. I'm gonna do a quick screen share here with you so you can see the cute little hotel. Little Elephant Bridge Hotel.
Oh, I love it.
And this
is in Australia?
Yeah, in Victoria. So, specifically in Darlington. This photo was taken in 1934, and I found it on the library website. I wasn't able to find a photo of it back then. There's tons of photos of it now, but that was one of the few photos I was able to find from back then. So thank you, Library
Does
of
it still
Victoria,
look the
for that.
same?
Fairly similar, but I'll show you.
It's so cute.
It is so cute, right? Like, it's got 7 rooms, a bar, a lounge, It's quaint. It's everything they needed for the 1800s. And, I'm partial to the name because it has elephant in it. So.
Yes, I was thinking that when you first mentioned it at the very beginning. If you saw my weird face, I was like, wait, what? What?
Yeah, you're like,
okay.
Huh? What? So, Adeline continued to run the hotel alone. In 1895, she remarried a fellow widower named Joseph Jelly or Gelly. Kylie is probably screaming at me while she's listening to this episode, so please let me know if I did the pronunciations justice here. And he had 10 children from the ages of 7 to the ages of 18 from his previous family. So just a small family to take in with her already 4 children. So
yeah,
it was like, I wrote in my notes, like, Jesus, like, what?
Their names were John, Joseph, William, Adam, Joseph number 2, John number 2.
You gotta throw some girls in there. So there was maybe a Charlotte, maybe a Mary. Yeah, so just crazy. So ages 7 to 18. So you get them all in there. And Adeline, as well, and Joseph would further have 3 more children together. 2 sons and a daughter. And I wrote in all capital letters in my notes, I am sorry, but 17 kids is too many kids.
That's way too fucking many kids. Like,
so many kids.
I now blame them specifically for the overpopulation of our planet. There's just too fucking many.
This one blended family is at fault.
Yeah. You did it.
Well, Joseph Jelly had 10 kids with his... is that how his wife died, I wonder? From pushing out 10 kids? Like, wouldn't be surprised. Jesus.
She died from hysteria trying to raise 10 fucking kids. I would go crazy.
Exactly. I would go crazy. I feel like a general rule of thumb in today's, like, if you want to go the old-timey way and have 9 billion children, like, if you can't fit them all into a minivan, it's too many children.
Yeah, no, in my opinion, there's one for each hand, okay?
Yeah.
Hold one with this hand, one with this hand, and then you're
like
done.
You and your
Maybe
partner,
if your husband is really involved, he can use his hands too. Otherwise, like, that's just too fucking many.
Yeah, you work zones. You don't.
And I come from a family with 9 children. Okay, it's too fucking many.
Yeah, if anybody can speak to this, it's you. So too many children. When Adeline was interviewed in 1937, and this is a direct quote, so it's like a little bit old-timey language, but she said, when the road wasn't as busy as it was when I was a girl. The hotel was the coach changing station, the meeting place of wagons and travelers from Warrnambool to the great stations of Camperdown, Terang area. And I know that I don't want to triangulate her actually, but Kylie is actually from this area, which I think is how she knows of the story and why she suggested it. So very cool.
Nice.
So other than the hotel in this area, there was literally nothing, and I will kind of get to where it's located, but it was literally a traveler's place, and she's finding that, basically a decade or a century later, pretty much, that it's not quite as bustling. Sorry, not a century. It was 1841 that her dad gained control of it. So, but still, she was finding that it was quite slow. One of her sons, Cloud McLeod, so from her first marriage, helped his mother at the hotel for basically his entire life. The picture below was also taken from the Victoria Library, and it includes a picture of Adeline, Cloud, and then another son of hers, Garnet, which, you know, that's a unique one. And I will show you.
Yeah, she just made noises and made that name up.
You're not wrong.
No, it doesn't even make sense.
You're not Garnet. Yeah, that's him. So we've got Cloud, we've got Adeline, and we've got Garnet. And obviously this is a black and white photo, guys. It's not great quality. I do have
Garnet
a better
looks
picture.
Like he looks
he's
like
in
Damon
the shadows.
Salvatore hiding in the shadows. Yes.
I think we just, tied Vampire
He's
Diaries
a fucking
to the story.
vampire.
He
There you
is
go.
Damon Salvatore. We've just figured it out. So that is wild. I do have a better picture of Adeline that I will quickly show you from when she was younger.
Oh, that's such a cute picture.
Right? Look at how pretty she is.
She's
like
so
it-
pretty, and I love
right?
that dress.
Right? Like very like Princess Diana vibes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
On February 9th, 1939, Adeline celebrated her 54th year as a publican, which I'd never heard that term before. It's basically somebody that owns a pub license. So she had the hotel
Her
license, and the pub was obvious.
4th year
Yeah.
just having the license. How old was she?
Well, she was born.
This is the 1800s.
Hold on, we're gonna do some
She's
quick math
living
here.
long.
We're gonna do some quick math because Alicia's not good at it. Hold on.
Do it.
Where's my calculator? I need to know. I'm curious. This is a very good question you've asked. Because she might be a vampire too, if her son is Damon Salvatore. So.
Yeah, sounds like it.
I hope that everybody knows by now that we're being silly and that her son is not Damon Salvatore. Okay.
He totally is.
Adeline was born in 1861, and we're at 1939 minus 1861. So she was 78.
Holy shit!
Minus 54. So she was given the so Murdoch would have died around the time that she was 24. Which is
She
really
was
sad.
78
At this point, yeah.
in the late 1800s. Like,
Right?
people don't live that long. She
Right?
is a vampire.
Pretty sure you're correct. So, so a publican is somebody that owns a license to a pub or drinking facility.
It sounds like
which
you're
was
saying
attached to-
Republican.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
like,
why.
How many times are you saying that?
I'd never heard that term before, so I had to look it up. It was weird. I was like, "What is a publican?"
Yeah.
I thought it was a typo, maybe in the article at first. I was like, "She's been a Republican for 54 years." What? Not that. So she's just had this in her family for 54 years.
Awesome.
Or had it for 54 years. It was also her oh my God, Alicia. I did quick math to find out how old she was. And in my notes, I wrote, and it was also her 78th birthday because she was born on February 9th. Wow, I'm so fucking dumb.
Hey, that's Jesse's birthday.
Is it?
Yeah, February
That's so
9th.
cool. That's so cool. There you go. Jesse shares a birthday with a badass vampire lady that doesn't want to leave this world. And
I can't believe you did math in the next sentence said her birth date.
Oops.
Or her age. Yeah, that's great.
Guys,
It's so
we know that Alicia does not do math, okay? It's embarrassing. There's no point in trying. She was the only publican in Australia to hold a license in one hotel for the longest consecutive time. And Adeline died in October of 1943 at the very same place that she was born. The Elephant Bridge Hotel. She was buried at She was buried at the same cemetery as her mother, the Darlington Cemetery. She was 82 years old when she passed, and was laid to rest in the same cemetery as her mama. Yeah, right, for the early 1800s.
Yeah.
It was wild. At this point in her life, Adeline left behind 4 sons and 3 daughters. So of her 17 children, 7 are still kicking. Her son, Cloud McLeod, tragically died only 2 years after Adeline at the age of 54. On March 25th, 1945. His death was not, the cause of death was not listed, but I do have his obituary linked in my sources as well if anybody wants to read it. Basically, he ran the hotel with his mom for his whole life. He was born there, he played there, and he also died there. So the Elephant Bridge Hotel was put up for sale at this point, as nobody else in the family was willing to take it on, which is really sad. And yeah, because it's been in the family forever. So it was sold. It was put up for sale a year later in 1946, and it sold then for $274,000, which in today's money,
holy shit!
Yeah, because
wait, you said 1976?
Yeah, sorry, okay. No.
It's not as long ago.
1943.
Oh God, yeah.
Or sorry, 1946.
Where did I get
sold
70s? Okay, 46. Okay.
Which is the equivalent of $3.9 million today.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that is wild. If anybody is curious, $1 in 1946 is $14.31 today. And that is from dollartimes.com, so I'm going to trust that as a reputable source.
Dollar Times.
Right? It literally has dollar in the name. So wild. $3.9 million. That's a lot of money.
That's crazy. And it only had 7 rooms. It's a lot of fucking money for a 7-room hotel.
A restaurant, a pub, a lounge, and 7 rooms. Yeah. And I assume that there was like a live-in quarters of sorts because her family and herself lived there forever. Or they also lived in one of the rooms, but that doesn't seem smart in terms of business if you're bustling all the time. So I'm assuming there was some sort of live-in quarters, but it doesn't specify. I'm just guesstimating here. Kylie, if you want to, do a quick jaunt over to the Elephant Bridge Hotel and let us know, that would be great. Don't get haunted,
go there. Stay there. Record your experience. Let us live vicariously through you.
I was going to say, why don't we just go visit Australia and stay there?
I fucking wish. I want to go to Australia so bad. I even have an aunt who lives in Australia.
Really?
And, I don't think I'll ever afford to go there.
No, me neither. It is beautiful. But the spiders are not for me, I will admit.
That's true.
But they're would
really
be super
big.
cool. Yeah.
So Jessie has tons of friends in Australia.
And they have spider season. Do you know what that looks like? Look up spider season in Australia.
No, thank
images.
you.
Yeah,
nope.
Everything is covered in spider webs. Everything. Mm-mm. We love you, Kylie. We really do. But your country scares us.
Still want to go.
We still want to go, but we're scared.
Yeah.
So apparently Adeline still frequents the hotel along with a couple of other ghosts. So her ghost has been famously known as somebody that just won't move on. She was born there, she died there, and now she haunts there. So crazy. The other ghosts include a cranky man in his 30s, probably her father, who had completed suicide on the property when she was young. There has also been sightings of a child. Scholars believe that it is the ghost of a young girl who had who had drowned in the property well when she was playing. And then there's a young woman in her 20s. No one is quite sure where she came from, though. There's nothing in recorded in history that would indicate who she is, but she's there too, and has been seen on occasion. This very well could have been one of Ada's daughters. This is just my own theory, that had passed away as all of her children were born in the hotel, and some, like herself and her son Cloud, died there. So it's very possible.
Yeah.
The ghost of Adeline usually appears at the front corner window in the lobby of the hotel. Many guests have seen her and even interacted her, letting the other hotel staff know about the kind woman out front. Nobody ever has the heart to tell these guests that it's not an actual person that they're talking to. But people do know going into the situation that it is haunted, because there is a very large sign outside of the hotel today proclaiming it to be one of the most haunted pubs in Australia. So,
well, it's probably so haunted because it really is Ada, and she's a fucking vampire. Yeah, so
she's pissed.
There's that.
Like, get out.
She's
like,
there. She's just a vampire. You think she's dead, but really, she's just stuck at the age of 78 forever.
What?
She died, but then you come back. That's how vampires work.
Yeah.
Whatever age they die at, that's what age they stay at.
Yeah, direct science here.
Mm-hmm. Watch your Predators. Duh.
Yeah, guys, you learn a thing or two. The Elephant Bridge Hotel still sits in Darlington on the Hamilton Highway back road, about 2.5 hours from Melbourne, Australia, and an hour from Warrnambool. There is little to see apart from the Elephant Bridge Hotel itself and a sign proclaiming it to be one of the most haunted pubs in Australia. The new owners claimed strange happenings have increased since sprucing up the hotel. There was never any drastic changes or renovations that went on because the new owners wanted to preserve the history and the charm of the Elephant Bridge Hotel as it was. It still stands and you can book rooms today.
I need to go.
So, when Sierra and I go hang out with Kylie vampires one day, we are gonna, go and stay at the Elephant Bridge Hotel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So, they only did a few sprucing ups. They did do some renovations, which, like they said, stirred some things, but nothing was, aggressive. As we know, ghosts do not like it when you touch their shit. They don't like it when you renovate, guys. Did we learn nothing from our Mardi Gras tour of New Orleans? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the Elephant Bridge Hotel today.
Oh my God, it's adorable.
Right? They maintained a lot of its charm, and I think Adeline is thankful for that. Her and her family still roam the grounds, and nothing too crazy happens, but like I said, on many occasions, people have seen her. So, guys, that is the story of Adeline and her family and all of the ghosts that kind of hang out there. I hope you
I'm really
it.
surprised her dad isn't more spooky there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad, but also I feel like that would be a huge negative energy presence,
Yeah, but they say that he's cranky. Like, anybody that's seen him sees him, very... if you're curious, there is a website called paranormal.com, and there are a few guests that have written in their interactions there. Nothing too crazy, mostly what I've shared here, but it is just kind of cool to read something in somebody's own words or somebody's own experience.
Right.
There are some stories on there, be warned, that seem very embellished and not very likely, because as we know with most ghost encounters, it's not like a Paranormal Activity movie for the most part. It's you see somebody that's not really there. Disembodied voices, footsteps, all sorts of things. Staff members that work there are ever rotating because it is kind of spooky. I've worked in a haunted location myself when I worked at the old spaghetti factory, and it's not fun dealing with paranormal activity while you're just trying to do your job.
Working in a hotel in general is really spooky, especially when you're working night shift. When I worked at a hotel, it did not have any paranormal background, and it still scared the shit out of me all the time.
Yeah. And so wild in the sense that this hotel's from the 1800s. We don't even know who had the hotel before the Satchel family. We don't even know who had it before John had taken over the license with his family, right? Like that 20-year-old girl that's seen on the property could be somebody from that time, and we just don't know her story. We only know about the little girl that drowned in the well because of the Trove.com newspaper clippings. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So newspapers are awesome, guys. They help us put together pieces of history. So, and stay away from wells. You know, don't play in them. I think that's good advice.
You know what I thought of today?
What?
You know how, like, in a million true crime stories, we've always see, like, fucking people have diaries. Killers usually have diaries. And we're like, why the fuck did you have a diary? But, like, I feel like our social media presence today is like our diary.
It's so true.
You know?
It's so true.
So weird.
Look at you little fortune cookie. It's so true. You look very stoic over there with your glass of wine and I was thinking today. Mm-hmm. It's very true, though. Yeah, this case was wild. Thank you, Kylie, for suggesting that I cover it. Just a reminder, patrons, listeners alike, if you have a story you want to hear one of us cover, please let us know. It's lots of fun.
Yeah, we've had a lot of
really fun
listener suggestions lately. Yeah, this is great. I love it.
Yeah. Because it's what we do it for you guys. What do you want to listen to? So
yeah.
It also helps Sierra and I's indecisive side, where we have 8 million cases that we want to do. So you deciding for us also makes our lives a lot easier.
Yes.
And if you have any articles or anything you want to share, like Kylie linked me to an article that I was able to find some of my research on. That's great too. It points us in a direction. Or I know that a lot of our case suggestions on TikTok especially have been very vague. Like if you guys could give us like a name or like a geographic location or a victim or something, like it helps us narrow it down a little bit if you don't know specifically.
A book?
But you've just
I love books.
We love books. Yeah, we will take a true crime book any day. I'm currently reading The Highway of Tears. I will be sending it to Sierra for her to read after I am done, because that is going to be a big one that I think both of us will have to tackle together at some point. So
I am currently reading a book that I'm not going to name because it's based on my special topic episode for the future.
Okay. You'll tell me that.
But I'm so excited. I love it. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't do it without you. Just a reminder, if you want to help us out, you can go leave a 5-star review, or just click that 5 stars. If you're feeling lazy, just click one button. Does us a huge favor. It moves us up in searchability and helps other twisted humans like yourself find us. We're also
if you have an iPhone, please use Apple Podcasts to do the reviews. Yes. I know a lot of people don't like Apple Podcasts lately. I am really annoyed with Apple Podcasts. They have recently updated their mainframe. Like, it's all updated now. It glitches so much. It's super annoying. It's a lot more convenient to listen on Spotify or, you know, whatever podcast app you use. That's fine. But reviews on Apple Podcasts are really, really important.
Yes, thank you.
Really helpful.
Thank you. And if you want to a personalized thank you from Sierra and I, and some super fun twisted and uncorked stickers, you can send us a screenshot of that review and let us know where to mail it. And we'll be happy to do that, because word of mouth is how podcasts are found. And if you're not able to leave a review for whatever reason, the greatest compliment is telling a friend or family member about our podcast and suggesting it to them too. So you can tag us on social media. Tag us on Instagram, Twisted and Uncorked. We have a Facebook. You can, tag our Facebook page when suggesting it to someone else, which is also Twisted and Uncorked. On Twitter, we're Twisted_pod. That's the only different one. But other than that, we're Twisted and Uncorked across the board. And send in your stories still. We like listener stories. Yes. twistedanduncorked@hotmail.com, as well as urban legend stories at twistedanduncorked@hotmail.com. And then if you feel so inclined to do more than leave a review, supporting us on Patreon is a humongous help. Obviously, we both have full-time jobs on top of this, because this is just something we do for fun. But one day, this is going to be the full-time job. One day, we're only going to work for you. Hell
You
yeah.
will be our boss, but we do need help to get there.
Yeah, so
Please support us.
our pledges start at $1, and you can unlock all sorts of stuff just from that. We also have series recaps, bonus episodes where we each do a case, so you get double the stories in one bonus episode. All sorts of fun. Bitch and Wine.
We have
if
Bitch
you
and
want.
Wine, where
Yeah,
you just
this
get
month-
to know us.
Yeah, exactly. And you can find that at patreon.com/twisted and uncorked. We also have a website for all of these fun articles that I've mentioned throughout the case. And I would really encourage you guys just go dig on thetrove.com because I almost went down several unrelated rabbit holes. It's just very
If you find
interesting.
anything cool, send it to us.
Yeah, please send it to us. We're obsessed with old spooky stories. So, but yeah, we'll see you guys next week for Sierra's episode, and be sure to save some of that white Zinfandel so you can enjoy her very summery sangria for next week.
You'll need strawberries, lemons, strawberry lemonade, and Pink Whitney if you're feeling real crazy.
Yeah, always Pink Whitney. It's been a while since we've had a Pink Whitney drink. I think we're gonna have to.
Yeah,
bust it
and
out
it's
with it
the
being
playoffs
summer.
right now, okay?
Yeah. Show your support of us and show your support of hockey.
Happy July 6th, everyone. Let's today celebrate the 5-year anniversary of Pokemon Go. Because there isn't
yeah.
that much else good that happens in history on this day. So,
You know what? Pokemon Go is its own source of true crime because people don't know how to pay attention to catching Pokemon and their surroundings at the same time.
very
So,
true.
Yeah, that's another wild episode that we will do at some point, I'm sure. Just Pokemon Go tragedies. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week for another spooky story. And in the meantime,
Keep it twisted.